Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome back, guys. I hope you had a wonderful evening yesterday and also a day. I just wish to thank you all so much for your wonderful messages from the wreath that we did, and in the lovely soft colours which is behind me, and also all the wonderful messages again, you know, concerning my dear passing of my mum. My mum did give me, and it gave me an idea. She gave me two of them, but I'm only going to do one because I've my mum's funeral foam and everything's arrived, so I'm wanting to get those done today as well. So I'm a bit late coming on because I've had to do grocery shopping as well in the pouring rain, but never mind, we can't complain. So I've got these little tiny baskets, wall baskets that my mum gave to me, and I'm just going to do a small arrangement in it. I have got two, but I am busy. So I was wondering what colour to do, guys, and as I've got my mum's picture in here, I was just looked at my mum and asked her what colour she wanted. Purple came to mind, and something just kept telling me purple. So I've got a feeling my mum wants me to do purple. So we're just going to do very, like a vintage sort of a purple with some whites. So and it's only going to be a small one, but we're going to make it look beautiful. So if you've got anything like this, or it doesn't have to be this shape, it could be a round shape where it's flat at the back and sits on a wall. They're perfect, for springtime, to bring in the colour and the growth of new life in your beautiful florals. So I've already placed the foam in. I haven't covered it, not for any particular reason. I just thought we will hide it, so I'm not going to cover it today. So that's what we're going to do. Now, again, I like minimum of 3 foliage, and I thought with the purple I've got, this colour foliage, and I've got some on single picks in here as well. I think looks like the maple leaf to me, but we're going to place in some of this very sage green foliage as well, with it being a broader leaf as well. I've put a few bits of ivy on picks and cut just a couple of longer pieces down. I'd like to see a little bit of ivy in there as well. And I've got the sage green fern, and I've placed a few already on single picks. So that's the foliage. I did find these while I was going through my bucket, and they've got like a sagey green with a bit of yellow veins in them. I thought we could dot a few of those around. For our floral, I'm going to use these wonderful cabbage roses. I've only got 4 left of these, so I'm going to use these. I may just place in 3. I have placed an order for some more, so just having one spare won't, be by itself. I've also got out my purple, is it Muscari or Muscari? Grape, do they call it the grape flower? I've got that out. Oops, I've just pulled one off. Sorry, I'll have to glue that back on. But we've got that as well. So I thought just for a different texture. And I've also got some hanging, I think it's jasmine. So I've also got those out as well to have white in. I may just grab something else in purple, or maybe white. I'm not sure yet. So I've just grabbed them. I keep looking at some white things, and you know how you sit there and thinking something's just telling me just grab it, but we'll see. So that is what we're going to do. Let me put that in there so I don't lose that. So we're going to start off by placing in some of our foliage. Let me just move all the flowers out of the way. So again, it's only, the basket in height is 8 inches. So again, it's not very big. You could, if you've got to, make a pair, the same, add in the same floral or different floral or a different colour as well. You know, things like maybe Morning Glory, pansies, anything like that you could add in if you wanted more of a spring look, which would look really pretty as well. So let me just bring down the camera. If you can hear any rain, sorry guys, it is absolutely pouring it down. So I'm going to bring it about here. I thought I'd just do something like a basket today, with me having those from my mum. I've spotted them and I thought, yes, we're going to do those. And again, thank you all so much for your wonderful messages. It's, you know, really comforting, and some of your, you know, life stories where, you know, you've lost a parent and how you coped. And a lovely lady said her flowers kept her going. That was really, really touching. So firstly I'm going to place in, because I want a bit of height as well. I don't just want it flat. I want to have a little bit of height. So I'm going to place in some height at the back. Let's hope I don't get the glue on my jacket. So we're going to put one in the right in the center at the back. And if the leaves are not facing the right way, just turn them the right way. Let me just cut that bit off. Or if you prefer them to just look natural, where they're going in different directions, you know, that's fine as well. And I'm going to bring one across here, coming out from around the side. And we're going to just slightly bend that over. I'm wondering if I've got another one with 2 on. I'll just cut this one. And then we'll bring one out here also. I've got some longer pieces where I may bring one coming off here, because I like to see them, you know, things just droop down from the side. So you can go through the basket as well if your foam is further down. Mine goes to about here. It's only about a third of the way down, so you can pop these through the actual basket also. And then we'll bring one, yeah, we'll place another one in on the other side. And then I'll just place one here. I'd like one at the front as well. And just bend it so it's hanging. So you've got it looking like that. So you're not going to need a lot of elements. I won't on this with it being quite small, but you can make it look bigger than it is, and you know, give it that pretty, you know, look where it's full. me just put the band on here so these don't go everywhere. And you can have it looking, you know, either as a cluster of flowers and very compact with just some pieces hanging down. I'm going to get the ivy. I want to add in. Now I have cut one quite long because I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut it in two or keep one exceptionally long, because ivy does grow really long and wispy. It's beautiful. You see, you could have this hanging just one stem. I wouldn't cover the front, all the front, with more than one stem. So I think I'm going to bring this here and have, let's just cut it, have just one long stem of foliage. So we've got that hanging down there, and you can manipulate it to if you want it to come across, or if you wish and you want it to hang, you could just get a bit of floral wire, thread it through and hold it so it looks like it's actually growing across the blanket, basket, sorry, not blanket, or you can just have it hanging. So we'll see with that as we go along. Then we'll put a smaller one in. Again, it's the length of it is in between. Oops, I've just broken that leaf, so I'll grab another leaf. The length of it is in between the two here, so it's like long, medium, small, just to give it that definition of different lengths. Just glue that one back on, like so. And then I've got some on single picks. Let's just have a look at this one. I've got one here that I may bring up as well. I've got ivy in a hanging basket of mine, quite a lot of ivy. I don't put it in the ground as it does tend to stick to any brickwork or fencing. So I try to avoid placing it in the ground anywhere. So I'm just going to pull this one off. I can see a spare prong here. So we're going to place that on there. Like so. So we'll hold back with that. I may put that one there. It seems to be an oddment, so we'll use that. So let's pop this one in. We'll cut it shorter. And we'll have that just at the front as well. Now, again, I'm only going to use some of these. I think I can I put these on picks? So then I could save these stems. Let's just twist it. Oh, yes, we can. So I'm going to place them on a pick. The stems, they're not too thick, but because I haven't got a lot of foam, I'm going to use the smaller stems, picks, the thinner ones. So we're going to have this one coming out here. So I'm going to place that. If you can hear any footsteps, my other cat, Evie, she decided she wanted to go out in the pouring rain, and I can hear her running across the top. move that out of the way. I'm going to bring one coming up to the top, and that will be upright. I'm going to slightly bend it. I can see a bit of glue, just slightly. And because I want to do them at different heights, so I'll probably bring this one here and have it at a slightly different height, so they're not too uniformed. And we'll just slightly bring that one in there. I'll save that other one again. I've got others coming. So and I've got these as well. These are really, really pretty. We have them in the garden. Well, a neighbour does, and they spread everywhere. They really do. So let's cut this one at an angle. I'm going to put this one here, just at the top. I can't find where that came, so I may just pop that in there. So if you've got any loose bits but you can't find where they've come from, just do what I'm doing and pop them in anywhere that you'd like them to be. Let me cut that one a bit shorter. I'm going to have that there. Again, I'm just doing them so they're all different heights, just to give it more of that natural look. Because we've got a long length down on the right side, on the left side I've brought the longer length with the Muscovy and brought that up here, so it's not, so you've got like a diagonal where it's longer on two sides but two opposite sides, the top and the bottom. Excuse me. I'm going to place in some of our fern. Just cut 5 down to start with. And we'll bring one here in between, so the smaller parts on the fern here. This is Himalayan maidenhair fern, and it's a rubbery texture. It's beautiful. I have these a lot. They're not very well. I'll say they can become quite expensive because they are from a quality wholesaler, and they do have wiring up until about 1 inch to the top. So you only on this longest piece here, so you can't manipulate them. And again, let's bring one out here. I'm going to bring one coming down as well. So we'll pop that one through here. Have that just leaning over where the longer side is. So we'll use one also to go under here, but we'll bend this one slightly. Then our other one, I will bring it slightly smaller in size to this one. Again, it's just giving it that lovely natural look, different growths. So we'll bring that shorter there. So let me just have a quick look. Yeah, that's pretty. I may need to go and get some more elements. Now I did cut a few off to start with. And I was thinking of having one coming here. Just chop it. And have that just popping down. Where did I put the others? I've got a smaller one there. Oh, here it is. One with leaves on, which I thought would look really pretty, just hanging here. And it will fill up with the foliage as well. So I may pop this through the greenery. I'm going to stand above it. I may pop it through the basket, sorry. Turn some of the, if I can. No, I don't think I can. We'll see. Oh, I can, yes. And I was going to bring that down here. So if I just turn and pop it through the hole in the basket. And again, it's slightly longer than the other one. So we've got it like that. And I did cut a short one down. There we go. So I've got one here where I wanted to put here, because it's only smaller floral, and then place one up here. So we'll pop that one through the basket as well and have that bending down there. And then this one we'll pop it in there at the top, just under the purple flower. I need something this side as well. So, there we go. Oh no, I cut two. So we'll place one here, just in between, and that side. And then I do have a longer one that I cut that I'd like up above. So if I just try and turn the leaves around again so they're facing the front. I've got choir practice tonight, guys. My husband said I need to go and sing my heart out, because I haven't been since. So I think I'm going to go. He says it will do me good, because I've not been anywhere. It was hard going grocery shopping today as well. Seeing people. I don't know, it's weird grieving, seeing people going about the day. Let's just cut a few of these, and I'm going to pop some of these in because they're a broader leaf as well. Pop one up there. Again, place them in different areas. I like to chop away at my floral and foliage because I feel I've got more control, and I feel it's, you know, I could place them where I wish. It's more natural to me. Let's pop that one through the basket as well. Just bend it slightly. We'll bring one up here so we've got it with a little bit of the height as well. So it looks like there's just a few together. I may bring a long one down here, so I'll just turn this around and go through the basket again. I think let's bring one out from the side. And place some in as depth as well. Again, they're growing at different stages. Some together, some a little later than others. So just pops them in at all different heights. I've got 3 left. I'm going to use them all. So I need something here. I need I think a focal flower there. I've got some white paint. I've been spraying some flowers this morning as well. Let's, I think, bring one up. And also as well, place some of them at the back, because some of them do grow around the back as well. I'll put that one there as well. So I think I need a focal flower. If I've got purple and white, maybe like a nice magnolia or peony. I don't want anything small, so I'm just gonna just grab something. Oh my goodness. Let's just see. I've got some of those as well. Oh, they're pretty. I've pulled some of these. Have I got a big headed one? Yes, here. Let's have a look at this one. With the big head. That would be too much near I think if I place something like that in, I would have to add in some white. I could just dot a few of these in. These are hydrangeas where I've pulled them off the main head. I've not used all of them. Excuse me. Let's turn that leaf around. So I think that one's sticking up a little bit too far, so I may have to cut that one down. I think somebody's here. So we've got that one just there. Just bring one from the side as well. Put it in so it's coming out again. Get them coming out from all different directions. Bring one up probably a little bit higher than the cabbage rose. Just slightly at the back. I would like one down here. So let's get one in there. Again, let me just turn it around. And have that there. Maybe one more to make it 5. Let's have a look. Yes, let's bring that one up there. We'll go just slightly underneath as well. And have that like that. So I'm still wanting one in here. I think we need maybe white now. I've got quite a lot of purple in. And I think we could do with a bit of white here also. So, let me just look for another purple. Sorry about this. Not purple, sorry, white. A nice purple flower. Right, let's have a look. So I've got that magnolia. That's quite big. Quite a thick stem as well. So let's just pull that one out. That's pretty there, and I like the leaves on magnolias anyway. So I could pull the leaves off and use those. I don't think we can pull this off. The stem is really thick. Oh, we can, guys. Oh, we can. Let's see if I can place a pick on it. We'll pop that magnolia in there. It's semi-open. Well, nearly fully open. Wonder if I can just bend it a little and just touch the bottom where it's attached. There we go, and then that will open it. So we'll place the magnolia in. And that'll be the lovely flower in the centre. And we'll use some of these Do I bring them over? I may turn them over. You know, that's the best thing about the magnolia. You can either keep them on the green side. If you want to add a bit of dynamic, turn them over with them in brown, and that will add a little bit different contrast. So I'm going to do that, have the brown side on. I'll save that, I may need that for something. And I'll just place them all on picks. I've got one that's a bit crushed here, so I'm wondering if it would need steaming. Some are longer than others as well, so that makes it, you know, more natural, that they're not all the same length. I think I need a bit of white there. And then we'll just place these in. Last one. Hi, hun. So then we've got 5. So I think with the bigger one, I think I would like to have that probably under here, with it being the long, you know, the biggest of them all. So let's go through our basket. Like that. And I've got another one, like a medium size. I may bring that one up to the top here. Or do I bring it out and have the smaller ones at the top and have some of these just above here? Yeah. So I'm going to bring this one out to this side, and I'm going to go through here and have that there. And I'm going to bring one just under here also and add that brown there as well. And I've got just bring that maybe on the top, blend it, and then bring this one down a little bit. I don't think, no, I don't need one here. I could place it there actually. So I'm going to cut that one really short, the stem, and I'm going to go behind the magnolia and just pop it there. So we've got all in the magnolias, and again I still think I need something slightly white here. I don't want to use the same floral as the jasmine, so do we have some just rose buds? Let's have a look at the white rose buds. Yeah, I think they would look pretty. Just bring in a bit of white down here. I'm not going to place in lots and lots of roses. Let me bring one down there. I could bring one on top there. And I could have one just at a smaller height here. I still need something there. I've got a gap there. I think it's either foliage I need or something else. Or is it that flower that's moved? It might be the flower actually. So now I'm going to cut some of the rubber off of the stem so it reveals the wire inside, because my glue does melt the rubber stems. Have one there. Do the same with this one. Cut a bit of this rubber stem, trying not to cut the wire inside. Where did I say I was going to place this one? Was it here? They are glued, the rubber, to the stems on the bottom, so I just always take off a tiny bit so I can pull it off. Put that one there. I want one more. Pull it out. So I've got 5. I think I'm going to have a tall one. So let's just take a little bit off. Oops. I'm going to go just up here. So I've got those in now, and I'm going to, because I've got the ivy, I'm just going to place a bit of ivy behind the magnolia, because I can still see a little bit of the foam, and also on the back it's not covered, so I'm wanting to place something on there. You could just put one full leaf across there and cover it. So let's just give it a go. I'm one of these, I prefer to cover it with the foliage. Again, I find it's more, looks more complete. So I'm just going like that so it sits on the top, and then I'll probably put something, just a little bit, something else in, so it's not just the ivy by itself. Yeah, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of something else with it. Maybe something, because it is quite dark, and put something here as well. So I could, gosh, I've got that much foliage. Excuse me. Maybe we could do something with a little bit of a tone to it. I wonder if this will work. I could perhaps do with something lighter. Yeah, we'll add a bit of the sage leaf in. And I'm going to bring some to the bottom as well and mix it up so it's, again, not just all one colour. So I'm using 2 different tones of foliage. I'm going to bring some in here as well. Cover that area of the foam so I can't see the foam on the back. I don't like to see the foam, especially because I haven't covered it up. So that would slightly play on my mind. I'm pushing it right down. So I'm cutting the stems quite short. And another one. Here. And I may need one just here. It does have a little twine for the hook. I think I'd use something stronger. It doesn't feel very strong. So that's the back covered so you can't see the foam. I'm going to just place the odd one here as well and here. They do come on a bunch, so I do pull them off and place them on picks. So let's just place one in here. If I can get it in. Oops, and then just 2 up here, either side of these little jasmine. Again, just to cover that area because it's got a little bit of a gap here. So that. So I'm not going to use any more of those. I think what I would like to place in is maybe just a little bit of very fine wispy bits, just to give it that movement. I'm not going to place any more of those in. So let me get, I think I'm going to use what I used the other day. I think that would be, because they are super fine. I could get twiggy bits, but I just want to use something fine, what's got a little bit of green in them. Let's see if I can grab those. There we go. And these come like this as well. And these are sage green, so I think they come like this on single stems. So I've got one left over from what I've used. So I'll pop that one in. We'll go under here. Just to add those little wispy bits in. I think they look really pretty. So the stems are quite long, but they're not very strong. Put that one there. I think I'd like one right down at the bottom. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah. So let's see if I can get this one in as a full stem. Just open it up a little bit. Just spread it. And then maybe one here. I wonder if I'll have one there as well. So I'll get that one in. Just wondering if the one would look nice there. Something's telling me put one in here. Just under the magnolia. Just, you know, move it so it spreads open. There. So I'm not going to do anything else with that. I think that's plenty. To say it's only a little 8-inch basket. It's very pretty. That would look pretty in church. We'll put those there. Just move those out of the way. So that is what we have created with a little 8-inch basket. Again, if you've got, you know, a circular one or an oval shaped one, you know, use those. You don't, you know, and you can still see a little bit of the basket. I think with this, the hook, it's a bit too, it's not very strong. So I do have the binding wire, which this one I have is a thick one, so I feel that that would be more, and because it's the same colour as the basket, I think that one would be more substantial. So what I'm going to do is just turn it upside down and cut off the string or the twine. And then attach the wire. And if you feel that it's not strong enough still, you can double up, fold it over and give it more of a strength. So I may do that. Let's just see. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just thread it through here. I'm going to go through with these two pieces at the end that I cut through the loop where I folded it over. So then that will hold that one in place. I can pull it a bit more. Like so. I'll move everything back into place when I've finished. And then go to this side and then thread one through to come up to the top to meet the other end, and then I'm going to twist one around and then twist it, bend it over, twist the other one going upwards. So then you have a much stronger, you can still see that there. I think I dropped a leaf in here, yeah. You could also just pop that on. I just get a bit of glue because it's got no wire on it. And then just stick that on top just to hide some of your foam if it's showing through as well. I've got glue all over my fingers. And you can do it there as well. So that's stuck. So I'll probably put another piece on there after, but just wanted to show you what you could do. Get the glue off my thumb. There we go. So I've put on now that different hook. Just turn that one around. It's not, it seems to be going, so I may pull it off and then re-glue it back on. Just put a bit of glue on the end and then pop it back on, facing the way I'd like it to face. There we go. Like so. So everybody, that is our little wall basket complete. Again, if you don't want it as big as I've done it, you can do it where it's just got things like I said, like Morning Glory, pansies, a few tulips, daffodils, things like that. Just going to put it on the hook here and show you how it will sit. Let's just turn the ivy a little bit. So I'll just turn it round and lift up our camera. And it goes at an angle. I've created it so it's at an angle. Let me just pop that there. I'll just have a little play with it. Let me just get that blue string. So there we have it, everybody. Let me just have a drink of my coffee. It's probably gone cold. So doesn't that look pretty? Something for spring if you don't want to have, or summer as well, if you don't want to have a hanging basket, or if you don't want a wreath on your door, but you just like something decorative and pretty. Hanging on your wall or your fence or your gates or anything like that, just to have some lovely, it's a lovely colour, like a vintage a dusky purple or lilac. So I think that's really pretty. I may put that on my door or one of my doors. So yeah, so again, it's a lovely little 8-inch basket, and it just shows how big you can actually make an arrangement. It's not a case of that you're placing in lots and lots of elements when it looks like this in such a small container or basket. The secret to it is by just adding length, height, like we have here and down here, and then bigger headed floral, medium, and then just the odd little smaller bud, and then even a floral what's trailing. And just by adding that, the length and the height and the bigger floral heads, that makes it look like you've got lots in. So it makes it look much grand and bigger. So if you've got anything like this, guys, give it a go, and you'll be surprised on how big of an arrangement, if you want a big arrangement, you can do in a small basket. You don't have to go out and purchase the big baskets just to have a big or a, you know, nearly big arrangement. The proofs here, you can just use a tiny basket but still make it look big and grand. So I hope you have fun, guys, if you're going to have a go. I won't be here tomorrow. It's my busy day. Back to doing things that I usually do and paperwork to keep my mind occupied. And then again, this afternoon, I've got about 2.5 to 3 hours to start the preparation or some of the floral. I have got my mum the Gates of Heaven foam, where I'm going to be opening the gates and placing her picture in the centre, a beautiful picture of her, and I'm sure she's going to love that. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend. I will be back next week, guys, hopefully with a bit more, you know, what's the word, I'm lost for words, me, a bit more strength and not as tired, and you know, from thinking of my dear mum, which I can't get enough thinking about her anyway, but I'm sure you understand. As my, you know, I've had people saying time will heal, which I understand that. You know, your mom is always with you and she's always guiding me, which she always has done. And she, you know, she would want me more than anything to not sit around crying over her, and to carry on creating beautiful flowers that she always loved to sit with me, sometimes fall asleep through it because it relaxed her that much, but she loved it. She's had many arrangements of her. Again, I never charge my mum, I just make them for her, so she's my mum. So give it a go in whatever colour. Yellow would be nice. I was going to do a yellow one, so yellow would be nice. So have a go, guys, and enjoy it, and be proud of yourselves with what you can do, because I know you can all create beautiful arrangements. So be, you know, especially proud of yourselves. So whether you're a beginner or advanced, always be proud of what you're doing. So have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. If it's cold where you are, snowing, raining, windy, please wrap up, guys, and be safe and good health. But if it's nice and sunny where you are, because I know some people across the pond get it warm weather, have got warm weather, so enjoy. And I hope the sun shines down on you and guides you into a wonderful place. So have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. God bless, good health. And thank you again for all your wonderful comments. They really have touched me. So take care, guys. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So let's just zoom in a little, because that's what my mum. So here we have our lovely big head magnolia, our beautiful jasmine, and our lovely cabbage roses, our little wispy bits here, and our lovely little, aren't they a beautiful colour, hydrangeas, and our rosebuds here, and then our muscovy here as well, which is a rubber texture. Look at the glue all over my hands. A lovely texture, and then just some odd leaves. If you've got some scraps of leaves, guys, add those in, you know, because that's another way to use up your scraps. And then we've got our trailing ivy here. Then we've got the lovely magnolia leaves that I've turned over, so the brown is showing to give a bit more of a, you know, a contrast and, you know, dynamic towards the arrangement. And on the jasmine you have a few little buds at the bottom as well, which is rather pretty. So, and the fern, the rubber textured fern, the Himalayan maidenhair fern as well. And what else did we use? The, oh gosh, go on, maple. I'm forgetting the words. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Take care. I love you all. Bye for now. Bye-bye.